The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. 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 this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of on my feet when I touch the ground. Front of A to Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll, Lex account a blue face. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brothers since 6th grade. G-Wagon, red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, acting like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino.
I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my till my feet become. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. 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 Till my feet become. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. How will I get out of the jungle? Everybody wanna stop me. 10 more steps up the mountain. Now everybody's looking for me. Spend my life in the desert till something changed inside of me. Now I'm flying over oceans. Everybody looking at me. I can run this town. Oh, 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 full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. Gonna hear my song, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. I can run this town. Somebody give me the key. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. No more doubt about me. I can run this town. Don't you know I got the Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like a takeout.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL,
Another day, another grand final, and it is time for the ESL Challenger League Oceania Cup number 1 final. Thunder Down Under and Ground Zero for us this evening for Season 51's Kickoff Cup. Pilski here alongside me. It's going to be a big night of Counter-Strike. We've got the Asia Grand Final later on today, but a bit of an appetizer for us first here, Pilski, in Oceania. And I'm quite keen to get stuck into this one because I feel like this will be the first time that we actually properly get to have a look at Thunder Down Under, you know, after they've started to get going in 2026 and really get an idea of what they're going to be bringing to the table this year.
Yeah, there's big expectations around this roster, no doubt about it. A lot of big names that have in the past dominated the Australian scene, mixed in with 2 of the Rooster members that have been pretty consistently a top team inside of Oceania, taking on Ground Zero, who, you know, is one of these kind of more gatekeepery teams. They have kind of emerged as the best for the rest. Can't really say with confidence that they're necessarily going to be better than Thunder Down Under or Simplify, but at least in the head-to-head, they did beat, you know, a weaker Thunder Down Under with less practice under their belt in a best-of-5 grand final. So I think, look, if we run it back in this grand final and hope that they played better than they did potentially in this tournament earlier on in the upper bracket, then maybe they can have a better shot at winning themselves $1,500 instead of $1,000 and maybe a little bit more VRS points as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the big thing for all of these teams is those VRS points. The money is a bit of a non-factor, to be quite honest. I mean, it's nice. You want to get a little bit of cash here and there, but these guys are not really playing for a little bit of cash on the side, really. This is about trying to go deep, to win, and to obviously, you know, see how far you can really take this. And both Thunder Down Under and Ground Zero, I think, have been doing a pretty great job of what they've been able to put together throughout 2026. I mean, towards the back end of 2025 even, I think we'd look at Ground Zero and say they were a real threat to a lot of teams. We saw them, they were taking series off of Rooster here and there. They were obviously taking series off of Thunder Down Under at that point as well. They have really been a thorn in the side for a lot of top teams within this region. But the trouble, I think, for Ground Zero is they just haven't been able to make that next step themselves. That said, you know, it's maybe not too far away, right? A win today against Thunder Down Under would certainly go a long way in beginning that conversation once again. Difficulty obviously is they've had a bit of a tough time against Thunder Down Under in their more recent matches. And there's a reason why we have so much faith in this lineup. Obviously, you have got that such experienced core of Alistair, Liaz, and Dexter from the old Greyhound days and into FlyQuest as well. And then you have the addition of TJP and ASAP, who are quote-unquote up-and-comers. I guess it's really not too fair to necessarily say that they're up-and-comers at this point, but in relation to the other players on their team, I think you could say that they are definitely the up-and-comers of the lineup. Map stats looking phenomenal across the board, of course, for Thunder Down Under, so no surprises that they'll be coming into today's match as the favorite.
100% have already done pretty well for themselves in this tournament thus far. Not too much opposition. I think they're starting to slide into that position of being this dominant force that some of these players have been in the past. The core of this team has that notoriety. For Ground Zero, I mean, this is an interesting team in and of itself, kind of the core of a lot of the ex-Vertex alumni. You mix that in with Vision coming off the back of Semperfi and Omicella, who has been kind of an up-and-comer in the scene for a while, but has pretty, regularly been on kind of a top couple of teams in Oz for quite a while now. So, you know, looking through their match history there, pretty solid. Looks like they got a good overpass. I mean, that's a big strength, of course. If you can play the overpass, you can play kind of towards the middle of the map pool. Towards the edge of the map pool a little bit more. You can peek into it and kind of punish other people's map pool a little bit more. But this is kind of what we were referring to earlier. Early on in this tournament, upper bracket, Thunder Down Under knocked Ground Zero into the lower bracket to qualify for this grand final, and it was not close. I would expect Ground Zero to put up more than a fight than that. And I'm hoping they're going to be able to do so today because they looked pretty solid in their series against Mindfreak yesterday.
Yeah, look, that's one thing, I suppose. I don't know that you should necessarily take too much from that game, to be quite honest, Pilsky. I mean, look, it's one thing to do well against a Ground Zero or a Mindfreak or any name other than really Semperfi or Thunder Down Under, and it's going to be another question of what you're going to be able to do against those two teams. I have them personally in a bit of a different echelon myself, so I think it's going to be a tough ask today for Ground Zero in this particular matchup. But let's find out whether or not I'm going to be proven correct. The veto will be an important one. Again, historically, at least recently, it has been a very favorable matchup for Thunder Down Under. So expecting to see a bit of a change up here from Ground Zero, and that is what we're going to get. We did not get the the Dust 2 pick, I should say, as the opening map from them in the last series. So that's going to be a little bit of a change out. The Inferno was something that we also saw them not opting to pick into yesterday against Mindfreak. So they've gone for the Dust 2 here. Nuke comes through again in the series. Thunder Down Under very happy with the 13-4 win that they had on that one in their last meeting. And we will ultimately get the Inferno as the decider, which we did not get to play in the most recent matchup. It didn't go all the way to 3. It was a quick 2-0 for Thunder Down Under, and I imagine that's going to be the goal for them tonight once again. So a bit of a change up in the map pool, but we do still kind of have that Nuke and the Inferno, and we'll see whether or not, at least with this Dust 2 pick, that Ground Zero can maybe try to force this through to a third instead of just getting done in 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's a map that they have been able to beat Thunder Down Under on in other tournaments on. You've seen Thunder Down Under also lose it to Mindfreak, so... I mean, it's hard to kind of quantify a team like Thunder Down Under's map stats overall, because realistically, they're expected to beat every team in the region on every map. You know, they're not really expected to concede maps, especially now that they're starting to come into some better form, outside of maybe a Semperfi, and of course, you know, if FlyQuest is playing domestically for whatever reason. So... Look, I think the Dust 2 pick is kind of a hopeful of Ground Zero being able to kind of repeat what they've been able to do in other tournaments and a map that they've been able to beat them on previously. Nuke went quite well for Thunder Down Under last time, and as you mentioned, we'll see if we even make it to a third map decider. Inferno is a map we know that Ground Zero knows how to play, has played a little bit in the past, but got to kind of get through the first couple of maps to see if this is even going to be a competition. It's really up to Ground Zero to be able to step up to the level needed to be winning this grand final.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, like, I think you could go back in the history and sort of say, oh, look, Ground Zero, they were able to challenge Thunder Down Under. They did it back in November last year. That was for Series 3 of CCT Oceania, a best-of-5 grand final. Ground Zero were able to beat Thunder Down Under at that point. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know about you, but I get a bit of a different sense, actually, from Thunder Down Under in 2026. I would look at those results in 2025 and say, you know, they were a new team, maybe 2 months deep into the lineup. They were obviously had their practice disrupted by the fact that Rooster was still playing as a team and went over to Extremesland. And, you know, there was all this sort of stuff, the Christmas holidays coming through. So, you know, who knows how much effort was really being put in towards the back end of last year for Thunder Down Under. But it seems like this year things have really locked in for Thunder Down Under, and they've looked, you know, pretty flawless so far in terms of the results. We'll see if they can keep that clean sheet today as we do head into this grand final. And this will be for that first slot in the ECL Oceania playoffs. Thunder Down Under would love to pick this one up right here, because at some point Semperfi is going to come back and the job will get a bit harder in farming those slots. But we'll see if they can get it done nice and easy today. Ground Zero kicking things off on the T side with a bit of a slower approach here on the pistol.
You got CTs staring straight into lower dark there, so contact will certainly be made onto Alistair first. Lucky to be alive. Nobody's been able to click on his head. Now he's being backed by Dexter. The fight for the middle of the map is definitely on. The CT's collapsing in combination with TJP's flash. Dexter's picked up 2 like it was nothing, and already Ground Zero on the back foot.
Yeah, Vision just gone a bit asleep there. I think a bit too easy for Dexter to find that double. Now he'll be able to pivot his way back over to the B bomb side here to try to reinforce. Liaz does end up dropping, and Dexter ate a headshot, so he's a bit tentative to take this next fight. Luckily, he's got some teammates there, and so just waits patiently for the rest of the fellas to come through. Nothing Apoc can really do there. Very nice pistol round out from Thunder Down Under, in particular Dexter, off to a bit of a flyer there with a 3K, and well, if that's how the rounds are going to play out, and if that's how comfortable really it's going to look for Thunder Down Under, then I'm not feeling too confident about Ground Zero's chances.
Yeah, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, though. I mean, they made a little bit of a fight back into B there. Just maybe got caught by the flash timing in middle. Just a singular flash picked up for Apoc here. Ground Zero listening out, trying to get a good sense of what kind of util is thrown early on. There wasn't actually really much committed over towards Long Hut there. Late nade thrown in by Liaz, who is holding his util. And already I think you can kind of see, just even based off of that there's not a lot of respect being shown. Liaz gets flashed over towards Long there on the other side of the map and still picks up 3. And that's only an MP9 picked up by Vision. So nothing to be really too concerned about here, as the anti-eco seems to be going well for Thunder Down Under thus far.
Yep. Yeah, can't be complaining about it too much. Let's see what Apoc and Vision can put together. But I mean, look, Apoc only got himself a Glock, so it's not particularly threatening. And even the MP9 with no armor, it's going to be hard to wrangle a kill. Dexter's also playing a pretty safe position here at the window. Does actually decide to dive into the B bomb site, so committing to it a little bit more so, but you also have some kind of a float starting to come across. The info being gathered by Alistair on Long, that there's really not a whole lot happening over there. So you can see TJP starting to set himself up in CT spawn. Flash comes through to assist Dexter. Totally unnecessary in the end. He's got it on lock, 2-0. And this will be Ground Zero's first real probe, first real attempt in the opening gun round of the series.
And Orbs out for Alistair. Leah's the only one to lose his gun in the previous part. See what Ground Zero have got prepped here for their opening gun round. This is their map pick. It's a map they've been able to beat Thunder Down Under on previously, so they want to be coming into it well prepped and off to a good start. Pressure on long here. PC mollied off the line though, so any attempt at going for an opening pick or taking some control is quickly shut down by all of this utility being invested in the early round. Alistair already posted up towards B, waiting for someone to maybe give him a little bit too much of a peek here. And he can start to chip down the numbers early, but as it stands, Ground Zero going to work back towards the middle of the map where there really isn't any pressure at all for Thunder Down Under. They're just playing towards the extremities.
Ali's still keeping a bit of an eye on middle, starting to float his way across. And seems he will have a bit of a task ahead of him. That flick not quite going to connect, but it does pull the info just as those smokes do come down as well. No surprises as to where Ground Zero is going to be headed for this one. TJP, bit of a spot of bother here with that MP9 only, and the fact that Ali's gone down is going to leave TJ high and dry. Again, a good kill from Dexter, and that might just keep this round in the balance. Thunder Down Under will have to think about whether or not they want to go for it with this fast flank coming through into middle. And if they dig out PZ, then they might be on for the retake.
I mean, Dexter's 7-0. He's really on one today. You would think that for a lot of teams, that would have been an automatic save, but Thunder Down Under, this is the level of confidence that they're playing with right now. Smoke into upper tunnels, waiting for ASAP to get involved in the round here. Pressure on Omicella towards back plat, and Vision has got a lot to do as the flash flies up over the top. That is just gorgeous. Supportive flash from Liaz, and ASAP an easy 2 for him. That is a very low percentage retake that looks a little bit too easy. Nice strat call by Ground Zero. Like the mid to B did go quite well, honestly. You know, they went, what was it, 1 for 2, taking out the AWP and the MP9 on the close B angle, but from there it just completely fell apart.
I mean, you say it's an easy shot for ASAP, but he's like walking out of a smoke here and has to turn away from the flash as well. Have a look at this. Look at that. He's just so quick out the smoke. Like, he's literally shit on Omicella. Like, there's no other way to really talk about that. Like, Omi wasn't even flashed. He really wasn't really that flashed.
How long have we been waiting for ASAP to get on the top team? You know, like, this is what we've been waiting for. Those are his first 2 kills of the game, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Rooster is one thing. You know, a very solid team, but, like, with players of this experience level, it's going to be interesting to see how ASAP develops.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, TJP as well, obviously. I was actually co-streaming some of those ZTech Masters games with ASAP. He was watching along. We were watching the FlyQuest games. And so had the opportunity, obviously, to talk about, you know, how things are going in Thunder Down Under. And he was sort of saying that he is learning a lot, right? Like, he didn't realize how much, I guess, he had to learn. But having now obviously played with Ali, Liaz, and Dexter, he said, you know, it's been very, very useful for him in picking things up. And so that's pretty cool to kind of see straight from the horse's mouth, that conversation happening. And yeah, I agree. It'll be very cool to see the development of, you know, him and TJ, but also this team as well. I have secretly got some hopes that this will be a team that, you know, might at some point try to qualify for a major. And I think they're already making a pretty good run for it for Cologne with the results that they've had so far. A good defrag wildcard, and I haven't done the calculations, but they'll be pretty close. Flash is coming over the top here for Ground Zero, and the B defense, well, this time not going to go quite so well for Dexter as he gets run over, and TJP is again only going to be good for the 1-for-1. So B faltering, and a 3v4 retake required.
The retake before went quite well, but this is where you need to make sure that you're not going for this too enthusiastically. Yeah. Can lose a lot of guns here. They've had a great start on the CT side, but if they really try to send it into the site, and you can tell with all those fakes that Ground Zero are trying to bait them into an awkward situation, then they could lose a lot more than they potentially bargained for here, and you can see Thunder Down Under very much approaching this one with a bit of apprehension.
Yeah, as they should. And it seems like cooler heads will prevail. So Ground Zero get around on the board. I mean, look, it's a nice time to pick one up. You would have thought that this would have been a bit more of a routine round there for Thunder Down Under, but Ground Zero squirrel one away with the pistols. A couple of extra kills do go through, but the 2 rifles look like they will... Oh, never mind. That's a lot of damage from the bomb. They will not be maintained. Apokdad and Damio just kind of locked into middle there and just couldn't get quite far enough away. So, yeah, you know, not too bad as far as Thunder Down Under are concerned. Look, it's obviously not ideal to be losing to those pistols, but as long as they can come back in with another buy themselves here and continue on their merry way, then again, money's pretty bad for Ground Zero, so it will just be something of a blip in the radar.
Yeah, Ground Zero, though, early on here, already having some success towards B. So we'll see if they continue to kind of head in that direction. Util pressure applied towards long A there by Vision, but nonetheless, Liaz will take some control. This is classic Dexter, isn't it? We've got the Totem Toll boost with Dexter in a position to aggress in the mid-round if he wants. This could go very wrong for Ground Zero if they don't approach this one right. And there it is, the wide peak from Dexter. This is what you want to see from Dexter now that he's off the IGL. You just want to see him go back into that mode where he's just aggressing and asserting his will on anybody within the scene and having massive impact.
He's not even sure what gun he wants. He's chucked the M4 for the AK, and now he's decided he'll have a crack with the AWP. Fair enough. Yeah, it's a tough style to go up against as Ground Zero, isn't it? Because around any corner, or at any moment in the round, you're anticipating or worried about a potential push from the CT side, and that could happen anywhere. So it's really going to disrupt the plans and the progression of Ground Zero as they work their way through the map.
That's a nasty off angle from Liaz, bro. What is that?
Well, it's worked out. 1-2 punch of TJP and Liaz to get the job done. Dexter does miss the shot with the AWP, so that will not be getting taken through, at least by him. However, ASAP is going to try and have a look, but content to take the AK through, so no double AWP for Thunder Down Under. But they don't really strike me as the type of team that would really be running a double AWP. You've never really ever seen Liaz, ASAP, or TJP pick up the weapon. And I think at one point in Dexter's career, he did have a little bit of a stint as an AWPer. If you remember back in Winter Fox very early on, I can't remember if he was AWPing in that team, but I remember him being replaced by Raz, who was an AWPer. So he might have been AWPing at the time. But, you know, it certainly picks it up here and there. But unlikely to really be taking a secondary AWP role. I think it's just not really what I would be expecting out of this lineup. So content with that single primary AWP on Alistair.
Bro said Winter Fox in 2026.
I know,
Isn't
like I am showing my age of it.
The amount of useless information we have.
Yeah.
Well, they're just going to try to run it back here, Jordan.
Yeah. Again, Dexter and TJP to try to defend the B bomb site, and this time it's TJP that takes the first contact. Somehow Dexter gets 2 with the insend. Routine defense in the end for Thunder Down Under. 5-1 the score.
Dexter already 12-2. He's having a great game so far. I mean, at times this guy's been like the best player in the country, even at times while he was IGLing on Greyhound. So if you see him get back into form, I mean, Thunder Down Under is just going to be an incredibly scary team. He's just a player that has so much impact. Not afraid to take risks and, you know, push things. Long's been secured again here from Thunder Down Under after they lock down that long push. And again, Dexter is the tip of the spear. Just kind of playing in no man's land here. He just wants to take an open duel in short. Punished for it by Omichella, but blocked by the molly. So Ground Zero forced to slow down for now.
Ooh, first time in a long time, perhaps ever, Ground Zero have really felt like they've been in control of a round. So TJP is kind of out on an island over there on B, and that's, in a sense, what's prompted that push from ASAP. I mean, it ends up looking a little bit silly. Oh, you walk through a smoke on short. Yeah, no wonder you're going to die. But he kind of has to do that. He has to find some kind of information, has to take a risk. Otherwise, TJP is definitely getting overrun on B. So, in the end, look, the round hasn't gone the way of Thunder Down Under, but hard to fault the mid-round at the very least there. Ground Zero, though, be much more pleased with how that one has played out, and be looking at trying to replicate that over the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, punishing Dexter is going to be P. Leah's stomping around, hurt by PZ. His first 2 on the board. A little unnecessary, PZ. I don't think Leah's necessarily deserved for wrecked there. Don't need to be shooting the body in round 7. More of a B spawn again, ground 0. Really just feels like the game is willing them to just keep hitting B at some point in the round.
ASAP keen to try and make something happen here. A little bit of a walk up on short. Hide behind his own smoke. Hasn't seen anything yet. Hasn't really heard anything either. Ground 0 are not up to much.
Smoke has dissipated now. So... Oh, that molly did not go where it was intended. I think that's slowing ground 0 down even further. And you can see Thunder Down Under holding actually a fair bit of utility into the mid to late round. Ground 0's barely used anything. So I can almost, yeah, I'm really not surprised to see Progression Molly up onto short. This is flushed ASAP forward. He might have a good timing here though. He's bold enough to stick around, and that's going to mean the end of Damio for short.
Yep, just hears all that util being tossed and says, I'll take that kill, thank you very much. B defense going to be bolstered by the transition here of Alistair as well. It's 3 players to hold, and it's 1 choke point the Ground 0 are trying to work their way out of. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Too easy for Thunder Down Under.
I think that's one of those situations where maybe some of the other teams wouldn't push that, or wouldn't feel confident enough to be on the front foot there, and you just kind of overlook the fact that somebody could have walked up on short like that. Like, how many teams, I think, you know, below Thunder Down Under's level are actually playing these kind of aggressive short setups and, like, aggressing in the mid-round on an individual basis? I feel like it's very few. See how the late long take goes for him with the techies.
Yaz with a nice start, finding himself a couple of kills and 1 more through the smoke. Why not? Oh, could be on for the ace here. Obviously not aware of that last player being in pit, but Alistair really keeping an eye on it would indicate that maybe Thunder Down Under do actually know that Omi is there somewhere. Liaz looking to clear it out, and he does get the ace. So probably not the most exciting ace he's had in his career, but hey, you'll take it.
I mean, this is just a very dominant game, right?
It is, yeah. It is.
Just the kind of dominance that I expected when the roster was formed. I think they took a little bit of a while to kind of get their shit together. But, you know, I totally agree with your sentiment. Where in the Big 26, it feels like they're starting to gel a little bit more. The players seem like they're getting in better and better form as time goes on. Which is very scary for the rest of the scene. Have they even played Semperfi yet? I don't think so, right?
Thunder Down Under? Not to my knowledge, no. Thunder Down Under haven't played them, and Semperfi have been overseas pretty much for the entire time that Thunder Down Under have existed.
It's going to be a tantalizing matchup when it finally happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of hoping, low-key, that we get it on LAN, right? Like, as the first iteration of that matchup. If we get to see Thunder Down Under versus Semperfi, for example, in Defrag Wildcard Final, like, first time, first game, that'll be huge.
Round 0 managed to leg onto ASAP earlier on in the round. And once again, it's this mid-round aggression. This time, Alistair to be the tip of the spear, avoiding the flash nicely. ASAP's all over it as well. I mean, it was... you couldn't have really organized yourself any better as Ground 0, to be honest. It's a flash over the top with a double peek, and they get nothing for it.
Yep, re-aggression here into short as well. The bomb is actually dropped, so Ground 0 really eager to push their way forward. But, you know, you've got so many defenses here. Alistair holding close behind the smoke. You've got ASAP there as well, just tossing util a no entry zone for Ground Zero at the moment.
Like, it's just, I mean, how many years have we casted these players playing these domestic tournaments? It's games like this where they just feel invincible. There's like nothing that they do will go wrong. The other team is kind of just merely along for the ride.
Yeah. Yeah, these are the kinds of games that I sort of remember when we were watching Greyhound play domestically a lot of the time. You know, like in ANZ Champs, they would play against to be honest, a worse team than Ground Zero, and they would farm them in this way. But this Thunder Down Under roster is looking like they're making this look like Greyhound versus Meat Grinders, if you remember that infamous game.
Literally. No, but like, that's the thing. They're not in like their prime era or anything, but like, we got what? Liaz, Ali, Dexter, already insane. You've got ASAP, which like, comparatively to the other players that you would have had on Greyhound, probably just as good, maybe a little bit better in terms of ceiling. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. PZ cannot catch a break. Alistair wasn't even really ready for the peak. Dexter's in lowers as well. He's getting so much time to just continue inflicting damage. Like, the kills from Ground Zero just haven't been that clean. Apocdud is trying to go on a bit of a hero mission here. He needs to win this duel on ASAP, and if he's able to do so, then maybe this A side is open for business. ASAP pushed away by a molly, so they'll at least be able to get into a post plant, but Omichel is under a lot of pressure towards lowers now.
Yeah, I don't know if they're even going to be allowed to get into a post plant because they've lost shore control now. That it's going to be quite tough for them to even get this bomb plant down. Sure, you can smoke it off, but there's actually a gap in that smoke, and I think Thunder Down Under are almost inclined to go through it and keep fighting their way forward, which is exactly what happens. There's just nowhere to go. They're not giving them any space, any time to think, and every single round is just looking so easy for Thunder Down Under right now.
Yeah, it's because they're just working as a unit and they're aggressing on the map. Like, you can see Ground Zero there. You have Apocdud up cap for such a long time. ASAP's trying to fight from CT rather, and he could have taken the site for the whole time, right? But they're not aware of what the setup is. They don't know that all of Thunder Down Under are in middle or, you know, kind of wrapping. So it feels like Ground Zero are merely kind of reacting to Thunder Down Under's aggression, and they're not able to punish it more often than not. PZ able to leg Dexter on the cross at least. So that's a good start to going to be a difficult round. TJ taking a lot of damage as well. Both of these B defenders taking a couple of licks. It seems like Ground Zero is going to go for the late long take regardless.
I mean, Liaz, your GC, quite confident. Out on the open line, receiving the flash from Alistair to get him out to safety. Bit of a handshake agreement there, really. Everybody saying, okay, we'll use our util to take this space and you'll use your util to get back to safety, and then we'll recycle it again and see what we get. But the difficulty for Ground Zero is that they are starting to run out of said utility. So one smoke is all they've got to get themselves into this site. They're stuck behind the CT smoke for the moment. 50 seconds on the clock, and as of yet, not able to find any openers. There's a 1-for-1, which is not quite enough just yet. The util still coming through thick and fast from Thunder Down Under, and Dexter's on for another double. He's actually under the pump a little bit here. PZ with a headshot from the scout. 30 seconds left on the clock, though, and, well, PZ gets it done himself. That'll be a third. Half. Is it enough? We'll find out after the break. One half full of domination here from Thunder Down Under. Ground Zero, yeah, I mean, look, what can you really say about that? They peaked into Dust 2 and they've gone down 9-3 in the first half, and it was a really, really solid looking half from Thunder Down Under as well. It wasn't one of those 9-3 halves where, oh, you know, maybe there was a bit of luck for Thunder Down Under. They won the pistol, they got a couple of clutches, this or that. It was like 9 really quite dominant rounds out from them, and Ground Zero just scrambling for the rest of the scraps. They are going to need a monumental shift in momentum to do anything in this second half.
Ooh, PC taking a few duels with Alice there and able to win them. Hadn't had as much luck on the AWP, but as far as the pistols are concerned and the scout at the end of last half, he's starting to turn his fortunes around. It's a much needed start. Mid control has been wrestled by the CTs as well. Thunder Down Under just kind of resigned to trying to make this long push work.
Couple of tippy taps here from Liaz. No real connections just yet with that P250. Nice flash. Vision will have to allow the progress from Thunder Down Under to continue as a result of it. And some space being taken on this site, but the kills, more importantly, going the way of Ground Zero thus far. And if Thunder Down Under don't get something and they don't get it soon, this will be a pistol round for Ground Zero. So the story's not done just yet on Dust 2.
Yeah, very necessary. No bomb plan as well. So maybe an easier chance to shore up their finances early on. They seem convinced that there's going to be a force buy here from Thunder, though. 4 M4s purchased. There you go. MP9 out for APOC Dud. At least somebody's going to be farming the Glocks. And in fact, he hasn't bought any utils, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him do exactly that. Push straight into Lower Dark. Dexter's got a scout out. He's already legged Damio on the cross, but there's APOC Dud. Getting a little bit tricky with it. Beautiful double. You can see his bank account's already looking quite juicy here. I dare say he's going to be the alt fund for Ground Zero going forward now.
Going to have to be, isn't he? And still improve upon that as well. PZ opting better of making that push on short. They've got the 2-player advantage. They don't need to be doing too much too crazy from here on out in the round. Just play the fundamentals. Play the trades. You've got 2 players set up in middle. And should be easy as you like. Omichella and Damio will, for Ground Zero at least, hopefully be the ones to get this done.
Dexter's still just waiting for somebody to give him a peek. He's only really seen Damio and been able to tack him up with the scout. I mean, you could tell that was headshot line, but just the pixel off. You can see Ground Zero now swinging together, giving Dexter a little bit of an aim punch. And the scout won't find any impact. 3 for APOC Dud. That's great. 6.6k. Not a single gun lost. This is the start to the CT side that could see Ground Zero maybe mount a little bit of a comeback.
Yeah, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, though. We'll have to see how this first gun round goes. I will start to believe that it's possible if they get something done here in this gun round and make it clean as well.
MP9 upgraded to the AWP. So Ground Zero not taking this one for granted whatsoever. Dexter down to a Tech 9 as a result of buying the scout in the previous. Another nade for PZ. He's been given multiple to try to go for picks, and he's been rewarded for it. Another nade. They dropped double nades to PZ to give him multiple bites of the apple on the mid doors smoke there. Love that from Ground Zero.
Well, no more grenades left. That will allow TJP to start to take some space up short. He's tossed that molly forward, got a flash from his teammate. He's cleared that out. A real offensive looks to be headed in the direction of the B bomb site. It's not a bad choice for Thunder Down Under. You know, they've essentially got themselves at that 3v2 or 4v2, you know, depending on how the circumstances do work out. And so the odds are still in your favor there, especially if, you know, you get a clean entry. This is a site that can fold pretty quickly. With the util available to Thunder Down Under, they could still get in.
Pretty standard stuff in CS. Just smash the soul site when you're down in numbers. Damio not going checked super well on top of the double stack. Only takes 1 with him though, and Omichella only good for 1 as well. So the trades were good enough to get into the site. Peppered on the way in by APOC Dud. applying pressure through that door smoke will drop the bomb. So it's just Alistair in a pretty untenable 1-on-3.
Yeah.
He's given a lot of space, but with the C4 down and the fact that he's not even going for it, double tunnels flank coming in, surely he can't get it done.
Just hoping to get away with a bit more damage here, but doesn't seem too likely. Nade in hand as he gets flashed out. 9-6, ground zero with the first gun round on the board in the second half. And yeah, this is where the narrative will start to shift a little bit. It was a phenomenal first half from Thunder Down Under, but they haven't really been able to make any inroads so far in this second half. And slowly but surely, ground zero are coming into their own and might start to become a bit of a handful for Thunder Down Under.
This is where you can't fold over to the tech buys. Or be all that hard work for nothing. Long take comes out. Multiple players ready to fight. Great supportive utility, but just running straight through the flash. It's Liaz holding W and mouse 1 and rewarded for it. It's just a rough state of affairs for a player that's already having a pretty rough day at the office in Vision.
Yeah. Well, see how this AK goes. So it is a hero AK now. A hero AK buy for Thunder Down Under. Essentially, they've got some armor on a few players as well. The only real trouble is that there's not much util. There's no flashes or anything like that. ASAP did... Maybe he didn't see APOC dud.
Oh, it's just such an awkward timing, isn't it?
There's no way. I thought he was dead set on his screen.
Yeah.
Well, he's found him now, so it's a moot point really whether he saw him or not. All of a sudden, we're down to just the 3 players here for Thunder Down Under, and or to what to deal with rather. And yeah, there's a couple of AKs in the hands of the T side. This is starting to work out in their favor quite nicely. I suppose it would be fair as fair, right? Like ground zero won a round such as this as well.
Yeah. The gun rounds were going so well. I think you just saved. They're going to go for it. Flash over doors. Scaling on into the site, but punished very heavily for that. Both rifles dropped immediately, and PC drops the AWP as well. I mean, this is exactly what I was talking about. They were making such great inroads back into the game, and then immediately all of that hard work is undone by a handful of pistols.
Yeah. They sort of see that that success that Thunder Down Under had in the first half on a retake like that one and thought, hey, we'll have a crack ourselves, but completely blew up in their face. Damio, you know, not enjoying how things are going this evening either. 4-14, having a bit of a rough one with the rifle, has opted to take the AWP into this round. So it's a double AWP for ground zero. I feel that's starting to kind of get to last-ditch attempt territory.
Yeah, I mean, happens to the best of us, but you can't have 2 players going missing against a team of this caliber. It's not going to be good enough to get the job done. I was kind of hoping that they'd had the chance to get warmed up on this CT side. You can have a rough day at the office on the T side, but got to be able to hold your own on CT, and it does seem like Vision is going to be the one that Thunder Down Under are continually running at. They're well aware that he is that long anchor, and they are giving him 0 respect.
A little bit of a look-see here from ground zero into middle. They might actually find a reasonable timing. They can set PZ up on one of these lines with the AWP as Thunder Down Under try to retake middle. Good chance he hits that connection. Not sure how I'm feeling about this one for APOC Dud, though. I'd rather it be PZ on the line, but he might be just a little bit too late. Doesn't matter. Gets that kill onto Liaz, and ASAP also fell in the meanwhile. So this round getting a little bit awkward for Thunder Down Under. The mid-aggression from ground zero just completely catching them off guard. But I do wonder if the same thing's just about to happen here on A. Alistair's already taken so much space. Eats that nade damage, and position now given away. But hang on a second. This is by no means over.
Bomb juggled across. Util will zone these players off short who are going to turn their tail back towards long. It is a long plant. Dexter's got a 1-on-2 on his hands to hold this long push.
Oh, just gets past the line that PZ's looking at. Grenade's really going to soften the targets up as well. Needs to get the reload off and does manage to do so. It's all on Dexter now. He's taking his time about dealing with Apocdad. This is where it gets awkward because the longer this takes, the easier it is for dMyo to just get on the defuse. And Apocdad gets it done anyway. Ali needed to hit his shot up on the A site, and then it would have been the other direction. It would have been Apocdad that was under the time pressure, not Dexter, but ultimately it went the other way. And so ground zero, I mean, they're holding on.
Yeah, gun rounds are going well. Honestly, reasonably impressed with PC. He had a rough start to this game, but he has very much turned it around at the tail end of that T side with the scout, and then started off well CT pistol. And once he's got the AWP in hand on CT side, he's just going from strength to strength. Seen this man stealing in the past on Vertex, and he's having a good game here on Dust 2. I think Omicella and Apocdad both doing well on the aggressive rifle. Once again, storming their way out long, forcing away that long anchor. Lucky to be alive is Apocdad this time around. He's just going to try to block long and buy some more time.
dMyo. Not swashing the initial player, does eventually clock onto the fact that Liaz is trying to creep up under that smoke. Entry still coming through here for Thunder Down Under, getting a bit of work done. The fire will be too much for dMyo. This double AWP setup continuing to do its damage. Dexter wants to have another turn. The riflers are the ones that are really getting the job done right now for Thunder Down Under. But that bomb plant does need to go down.
Ground zero smoked off. Apocdad. Oh, what a shot onto Dexter, creeping onto the line with an AWP. Dexter feeling like that would be a easy duel for him to win, and now ASAP. I mean, this is a very difficult position to be in. Low on HP, only has heads to shoot out, and he can't connect on either of them. Ground zero just continue to string these gun rounds together. They've only lost to the pistols. Again, retaining the double AWP by surviving with 2. Loss bonus has got to be building up for Thunder Down Under, and indeed you can see with the bomb plant, this will be another buy. So pressure is definitely not getting alleviated here. Guns continually take it away for ground zero, but slowly but surely they're closing that gap.
Yeah, I mean, the CT side is giving me some degree of hope. Money's still in a bit of a precarious spot, though, for ground zero, so losing a round at this point in time could still be a death sentence. Call attack timeout and try to figure things out. Obviously, it's been going pretty well so far, but they haven't really given themselves a lot of wiggle room, let's be real.
Yep. Strung so many rounds together, they're kind of sitting right there on the minimum loss bonus. We'll take attack timeout. Well aware that, you know, losing this round is going to be difficult to recover from. This is where Thunder Down Under. We'll see if they're going to stay a step ahead. Haven't seen a lot of play towards the middle of the map. A little bit towards B, but majority, especially in the last few rounds, it's been nothing but smashing along over and over and over again for Thunder Down Under. And they've got a bit more of a B spawn here, so we'll see if their opponents, in their opponent's timeout, they want to change the approach a bit. Quick smokes into middle there. Onto Xbox and the doors. And indeed, it looks like Thunder Down Under a little bit quicker towards Catwalk this time.
Single smoke and flash out middle just to continue to draw the attention in that direction. But Apocdad kind of clearing it out. So these A defense will remain ready. Easy having to fall off of the line, but still prepared with the AWP and a nice easy connection for him. Oh, a good one onto ASAP as well. Nice flick. Everybody hitting their shots today. dMyo will ultimately fall to Liaz. A-site has been taken by Thunder Down Under. They don't necessarily have the range to deal with PZ at the moment. They don't have any delaying util either, so another very retakeable site for ground zero. ASAP, though, picking up a couple. It's going to make it look pretty easy in the end. Omicella with a real task ahead. Alistair ducks his head back down, leaves the rest of the job to ASAP. Thunder Down Under get the crucial round that they've been looking for, because that will be the break on the Ground Zero economy that puts them in a really bad spot here, where they have to decide, save this round and buy next, which obviously gives up 12, or forcing here with a pretty bad buy.
I'm kind of feeling for Ground Zero. Like, I feel like Cello's having a really good game. I think PZ's having a pretty good game. I think Apoctide has been in great form lately, but like, just Vision is this long anchor, and he's just failing to deliver any impact when Thunder Down Under just hitting this A site over and over again. Like, if he even just gets 1 or 2 in some of these gun rounds, not asking for a ton. He doesn't need to, you know, multi-frag or anything like that. It'll be a little bit easier for Ground Zero to be competitive here. Alistair missing that shot, allowing the USP a little closer, and the flash over the top. He's going to duck his head down behind the car. Reactive utility coming out from the T side as well. So, look, Liaz will go down, but... can't believe that hit. Well, he will survive. He's just spamming away blindly. Should be 12 for Thunder here. It's a very, very nice comeback on this CT side thus far. And look, they do have more gun rounds to look forward to. I don't think it's unreasonable to say that Ground Zero can win 4 in a row and push it to OT. They've been pretty good in the gun rounds on this CT side for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. I don't think it's likely, but I do think it's possible. Damio hanging on to this AK will be a bit of a help.
It's just really not that many teams in Australia that you can play that you pick up their guns and they have stickers in the game. It's a different level of aura.
That's true.
Maybe I wasn't even ready for that off angle. It's 2 players not really super switched on. Even just the long take utility, not even players actually pushing their way into long, is forcing a lot of respect out of Ground Zero. It was just one util set thrown there by Liaz, and they don't even really feel that they can contest. So I think the CT is going to have to maybe work back towards Catwalk here. Maybe even some aggression in the mid-rounds on the card. Cards, ASAP forces out a little bit more utility from the B players.
Little flash around the corner there for Ground Zero to have a peek in at short, but they're greeted by some util from Thunder Down Under themselves. Still, not a bad result. Apoctide sticks around long enough to confirm there's nothing really happening there. Dexter, though, through the smoke. Maybe just caught a bit of vision of him. Maybe just spamming. Smoke looks pretty thick. It's an important kill because it starts to weaken the defense on short. PZ with the line on long, AWP in hand. He's been pretty handy over the last couple of days, but now he's going to have to do something special. Dexter has taken out vision. That leaves PZ the sole defender on A, and I think this one's over, Pilski. It seems like 13-8 is going to be the scoreline that we're headed towards, which, look, I mean, it might be a bit of a refreshing change for Ground Zero, considering they at least didn't get blasted on this map like they did in their last matchup against Thunder Down Under on map number 1. But the reality is this is still another solid game from Thunder Down Under, and it's just a case of having a trip over the line, really. Which is exactly what happens.
DJ and Dexter, yeah, 13-8. Pretty one-sided first half, and look, a little bit of fight back on the CT side for Ground Zero, but too many players kind of going missing to give them a chance at winning their map pick, unfortunately.
Yeah, I like the effort, though, from Ground Zero. I mean, if they would have started on the CT side instead of on the T side. It could have been a pretty different story, to be honest. But end of the day, can't be picking into a map and then having a T side that just looks as ineffective as that one did, especially against a team like Thunder Down Under. It's not going to go well. So we'll see whether or not they can recover things in map number 2. First, though, time for a short break. We'll see you right after this.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and Rolex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brothers since 6th grade. G-Wagon, red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, acting like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on the better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino.
speaker calm below. I'll keep going till my speaker calm below. I'll keep going till my speaker calm below. I'll keep going till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm below. I'll keep going till my speaker calm below.
Welcome back on in for map number 2 here between Thunder Down Under and Ground Zero. It is the ESL Challenger League Season 51 Oceania Cup number 1 Grand Final, and things are progressing the same way as we expected that they would be. Thunder Down Under very much coming in as the favourites. They get themselves a solid enough win on map number 1, which was Ground Zero's pick of Dust 2, and now we're headed towards Nuke, which is a map that Thunder Down Under thus far are undefeated on. So jury's out as to whether or not Ground Zero is going to be able to change that stat today.
It's going to be difficult for them to do, but at least we know that Nuke is a map that they don't mind playing. Have played it quite a lot in the head-to-head against Mindfreak recently, and these players have all kind of got their head around Nuke in the past on their various rosters, so going to be hard to beat that flawless record of Thunder Down Under in the last little bit. But, you know, if they're unable to do so, then unfortunately they're going to be going out in second place, which is still a pretty solid result. It'll pick themselves up for some VRS points, but Thunder Down Under, they just want to get it done here and now. They want to max out their VRS points, as you mentioned before. Semplify potentially come back and make it potentially more difficult for them. And not to mention the fact that they've already kind of been sliding up that ranking slowly but surely, and this is a team that undoubtedly will have their sights set on topping out the VRS and making it over to the major at some point if they can.
Nice early start here for Thunder Down Under. By the looks of things, they're ready to put in a shift. Nice and quick in onto that A-bomb side. It is TJP to fall, but that's all well and good as far as Thunder Down Under are concerned. They get the trade, they get the site. Yet to get the plan. In fact, they've decided they want to go down to B, and they might have made that call a little bit too late, as it's only Liaz that has managed to make his way down. Alistair's having a bit of a fight here in Annex, seeing if he can cut off some of those rotates, which he has been successful in doing. But Liaz is ultimately going to have to be the one to win this round for them, and that is just not going to happen. His head taken off. Thunder Down Under relying now on Alistair to make a miracle happen, but he's just not going to get there. And so that will be a pistol round on the board for Ground Zero.
City side was a little bit better on Dust too, so I'm hoping they can ride some of that momentum forward into this CT side, especially because they picked themselves up the pistol here as well. PZ was in some fine form on the AWP over there on Dust too, so I want to see him continue that into this map. I think both Apoc Dart and Omicello are really feeling themselves over on Dust too. Some good multi-frags from those lads. I think it's really up to kind of Vision and Damio to have a bit more impact in this map, and if that's possible, then Ground Zero should be looking pretty well rounded.
Yeah, of course, that force buy does come through from Thunder Down Under here, so we'll see what they're going to bring to the table. Need to blow open the smoke on outer, trying to get some info here, Ground Zero, as to what the setup's going to look like for the T's. I don't spot anything with that nade. So sending Vision down to B just in case someone did make it across. It looks like Thunder Down Under are going to have a second bite at the cherry. Another wall of smokes.
Yeah, second wall of smokes across the outside here. See they're tentatively making their way across. Very worried about any HEs blowing open the smoke, but will be allowed to cross freely into secret. As you can see, Ground Zero have taken all control of lobby. It's just Liaz here on lobby roof, so a little bit of util pressure on towards Hut. It's not really going to give the CTs any pause for thought. And seeing Thunder Down Under starting to make some moves in towards lowest, but there's already two CTs here ready to defend.
Yeah, Shadow spotted as well. Makes for easy work for Vision on the first one, but it's not going to come down to him to do the rest of the defense here. Not enough damage done by Thunder Down Under, though, to look too threatening, and it's, again, going to be a pretty routine affair for Ground Zero to finish this one off. You would think. Liaz, no success. So that's 2-0, and it will be a save round coming forward here for Thunder Down Under. So, yeah, going to take a little while to get underway here on map number 2.
We're able to break through with a tech buy in the previous, so see if they can have some more luck with the lighter pistol buy in this next round. But so far, so good for Ground Zero. They're looking pretty well drilled. The rotations are looking pretty sharp. We're well and truly on top of that pivot to lowers there. No, it's still only early days yet, but it doesn't really look like losing that first map has shaken Ground Zero too much.
Nade's going to be a rocker. Oof. Vision not too scared anyway. Despite the fact that he receives a headshot through the box, he's happy to take the fight. Omicella does the same onto TJP. And all over the map. Ground Zero having their success. So, kind of feels as though we're in a bit of a holding pattern at the moment. Just waiting for things to really kick off when we do get into a gun round.
It's Ground Zero, though. You'll take as many guns into the start of this game as possible. Because at some point, Thunder Down Under is going to be able to figure things out a bit more on the T side. But so far, so good. 5 alive again here. Really could not have had a better start to this CT side. And you're starting to see Damio, starting to see Vision play their way into the game. You know, it is only eco frags, but it makes a big difference sometimes. Can make the other team feel a little bit more mortal when you're running at them when they only have pistols and you're killing them. Give yourself a little bit more of a psychological edge to play your way into the game.
Good start for Liaz. And a push happening in the trophy room, which you'd think might result in a couple of kills as well. In fact, there's 2 for Omicella. That feels like a bridge too far, but he sold me on it.
I'm not gonna lie, he's
really been done though.
He's been like Ground Zero's best player to date. He had a couple of good multi-frags on Dust 2 as well. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him, honestly.
Liaz leading the charge down into B. Still got a player that they do have to deal with on that cross, but Liaz makes it over. We'll get the bomb plant down. A bit more tentative this approach now from Ground Zero, given the fact that they've got a couple of players at about half HP.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been wondering if this is worth it.
You're not doing anything with an MP9 from Megaton there. It's got to be the secret players that find some impact here, but Dexter's not over-peaking, just ready to pick off TJP's contact. Oh, what a double dig from Apoc Dud. And as mentioned, Dexter ready off the back of that contact. Nice trade from Damio, though, which puts Liaz into a 1-on-2, hiding behind the silo, running out of time now. The CP, smoke going down onto the bomb. Ooh, I don't know if he has got it, surely?
Don't think so.
Gets there. Oh, wow. What a clutch from Omicella.
Yeah, I didn't think he had it, to be honest. If he wasn't literally standing on the bomb as he got that kill, he would not have had that. I guess it done in the end.
Such patience as well. Like, he could have... Honestly, he really could have just tried to make something happen from Megaton with the MP9 there and thrown his life away, and then that's not around, you know? He really did wait the absolute longest time for those secret players to play their way into it. And for that reason, he's given Ground Zero a lifeline into a round that they probably could have lost.
Yeah. Tappage. This is a solid looking start for Ground Zero. I mean, the money's okay. They've got a 4-0 lead. If Thunder Down Under is going to lose the map a nuke, it'll be this one.
And there's the ramp timing in from Thunder Down Under. forcing their way out. ASAP taking a lot of damage. PZ on the line. Vision has gone down, so look, the anchoring duties have not really improved that much since Dust 2, unfortunately, but Damio's at least able to find one on outside. Apocdud, the next man to step up. All alone on lowers, but completely unchecked. That's a freebie for him. They're not ready for that player to already be rotated down there, and now he's just buying more and more time for the rotations. Damio's getting involved as well. Looking good for ground zero. And indeed, they clean up Thunder Down Under before they can even get into the site. This is not a close game of CS right now.
No. Maybe Thunder Down Under coming in a little bit lackadaisical into their own map pick, or potentially ground zero coming in with a really nice plan, a good idea potentially of what Thunder Down Under wants to achieve on this T side, because they would have a lot of film to look at. It's been the most played and most successful map for Thunder Down Under. Perhaps ground zero have been hitting the books and very well prepared for what's been thrown in their direction. Another attempt in here from Thunder Down Under with a bit of pistol and armor, but not a lot behind it. No real sense of util coming through.
Alistair, top of Annex, absolutely sending it. And look, was in the air for a little bit longer than he was able to really get anything done. But they do at least trade that player on outside, so that's an AK finding its way into ASAP's hands.
I suppose that's something.
That should be a bomb plan on lowers here.
But it should. ASAP caught on the lurk. It's going to help. But that from TJP is a sharp shot and a nice prize. The AWP now in hand. Big transition having to be made by Apocdud to know each other as well. It's taking them some time. They are out Megaton now. Smoke into Decon is going to disrupt TJP's ability to have any impact on this round. Liaz, a little whiff, is going to punish him, and now it's all on TJP, but he can't get it done either. It's another round for ground zero. Sure, an expensive one, especially against a weaker buy from Thunder Down Under, but it's a 6-0 lead, so you're not mad.
They don't care about that. They got plenty of cash. They're just happy that they didn't lose to the pistols, honestly. Down Under. Look at a little bit more. Liaz was really on top of everything on Dust 2. I mean, to be fair, that's an A4 spray where he's hit him 98 and 4, so 1 or 2 bullets to the legs. Happens to the best of us. Another chance at a gun round here. Ali's finally got AWP in hand, boosted up. Oh, double nade, man. So much damage. Dexter's got 4 HP off the rip.
Alistair's also on 18, so it doesn't get much better for him either. These rounds are really tough at the moment for Thunder Down Under. I've managed to get Dexter across the secret, but he might burn to that Molotov. Liaz has been found by Vision as well. It's everything going to plan right now for ground zero.
It's like a role reversal of Dust 2. Like, Thunder Down Under was smashing them in that first half of Dust 2. Now it's ground zero doing much the same on their opponent's map pick here. And credit where credit's due. Not many players in Oz have been able to beat this core so hard on a singular map. Not over yet. ASAP not able to find the timing. Omichello is really on one. That's a nice double entry from TJ, though. That keeps things competitive. This is, again, a 2-on-2 that's very winnable for Thunder Down Under. They have to make sure they convert it, but since the start of the round, Dexter has had no HP to work with, so it's going to be hard for him to have impact here.
Well, not going to have any impact, apparently. It's all on the shoulders of TJP, who is going to take a bit of a risk here to work his way on towards out. It doesn't see anything, doesn't get there in time, has to play it from Annex. The bomb is planted for him, but, it's kind of the obvious place to be. No doubt it's going to be cleared, and Apocdud has also got a smoke, so there's every possibility he just gets smoked off here. Defuse on, Vision dead. TJP looking for him. Doesn't know Apocdud is just tucked in the corner there, and Apocdud, I think just in time, is going to swindle another round for ground zero. Has he got it? Yes, 7-0. My goodness.
Every clutch going the way of ground zero, every XVX. To be fair, that was a 4-on-2 that you know, TJ gives them a lifeline into. Round wasn't going particularly well. Dexter had no HP. You know, if TJ doesn't do something a little bit magical, that round wouldn't even look anywhere near that close. Have they taken a timeout yet? I don't even know if they've taken a timeout yet.
A rest for the wicked, apparently. I mean, look, I guess they also are feeling like we're getting close in a lot of these rounds. It's not maybe a change that we need, or we don't need to have a conversation. We just need to, you know, hit our shots a little bit better, or maybe get a little bit more luck.
They don't have a coach, do they?
Thunder Down Under, they do actually. Viridian is the
really?
coach. Yeah.
Oh, wait, Viridian?
Yep.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Poor Eddie, not even allowed to talk.
Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just head in hands watching this at the moment. Who knows? 4v5 again. Liaz will pull it back. And Vision really is unable to see anything. But they've not spotted him. I mean, Ali goes down when he really ought not to have. Apoc Dud and Damio combining for more. Nothing going wrong for Ground Zero at the moment. They are just wiping the floor with Thunder Down Under here.
I just love this, though. You know, the mental after taking an L on Dust 2 to be able to put this kind of performance together is excellent to see.
Here we go.
There we go.
Time.
Lock it in, Eddie. See what he can bring here for the boys. Had a lot of uppers timings and outside kind of wraps, things like that. Haven't seen them necessarily try to swindle Warehouse or anything like that yet, except with the pistols. It's mostly just been kind of outside wall of smokes and their commitments into secrets, so maybe try to mix in annex timing or something like that, or try to swindle Warehouse, get someone on a cheeky little lurk, perhaps. Hero AK for TJ, and we've just got pistol armor. Yeah, we'll see what they come up with here, post timeout. Nothing else has really been working for them. Although, as you mentioned, they have gotten themselves into a couple of winnable XVXs, just haven't necessarily won any of those clutches yet.
Good start. TJP taking matters into his own hands with that AK.
It's a pretty classic TJP play, isn't it? Like, he's always good for just getting himself a cheeky little timing. Speaking of which, I mean, Dexter would have 100% had that every day of the week on Dust 2. He's kind of gone missing a little bit on this map.
That's just the nature of the beast, isn't it? Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. ASAP's going to go around the corner here into Omicella in a second. I don't imagine that's going to be a favorable duel for him up against the AK. Maybe if Omicella comes to him. Grenade. Softening ASAP up. He'll get out of there alive. Definitely quaking in his boots at the moment.
Sitting in lobby control. Yeah, smoked off a door. In towards the ramp room, you can see Ground Zero have already kind of preempted this. This is a two-man rotation. PZ on the line, bomb dropped. TJ cannot peek that. He's just far too low. And the smoke is now an invitation for Ground Zero to take a little bit closer of a look in towards the elbow here. ASAP has gotten a little bit too close for comfort. PZ caught off guard by that. Now Vision under pressure will fall into lowers.
Liaz is making a lot of noise. Those A defenders ready and waiting, but maybe not ready for him initially. As Apoc does drop, TJP again tasked with the clutch. 15 seconds on the clock. He's got no idea where Vision's coming from. 9-0. The rounds just keep getting stacked on.
It's another 1v1 that doesn't go their way, isn't it? Yeah. Unfortunate.
What can you do at a certain point? You know, you just have to, you know, laugh, really.
It's an excellent game from Ground Zero. Was just the pistol buy though. 3 rounds left in it for Thunder Down Under to make anything of this T side. Seemed like again Omicella playing that close hut angle, wants to get in the mix at some point. I love the duo of Omicella and Apoc Dud. as kind of these aggressive riflers playing up close and personal on uppers. These two are in good form. Like, this is just going to be very annoying to deal with. The aggressive over here on ramp room as well. That's a late timing for PC to slide out onto this radio line. Slowly but surely, Thunder Down Under are getting crunched in uppers, and they're not even aware of it.
Just keeps going from bad to worse for Thunder Down Under, doesn't it? I mean, at least Alice has got himself one, and ASAP's now able to grab another. A site taken. Okay, this is looking like the best opportunity Thunder Down Under have had so far. So how's it going to go wrong, I wonder? Vision here in upper, PZ behind in lobby. They are tentatively aware of the possibility that there could be somebody in lobby. ASAP's going to clear that. Liaz was having a little bit of a look earlier, but all it takes is PZ getting past this flash. Landing a nice shot onto Liaz, and it is starting to open back up. Vision has got an out catwalk. There's a molly preventing ASAP from going any further forward there at door. Vision defusing inside the smoke. He's not going to get it in time. If he would have dropped the smoke straight away, maybe. But it didn't bloom, and finally, Thunder Down Under have got there first.
And surprisingly, PC's actually broke after all of that. 3.8 for APOC Dart as well. So despite a couple of close XVXs, the majority can still buy, but you can see it's had its effects on PZ. I mean, to buy the ult multiple times. This is the reset round. I mean, Thunder Down Under, that's one round. They win this gun round, then they're on for 3. Still not a pretty looking T side, but it's better than getting 12-0, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's valid. Had our fair share of 13 zeros in this cup of ECL so far. Over in Asia, at least, but fun there. I mean, look, 3 on T side, it's not going to be anything to poke a stick at necessarily, but it's better than nothing. And Thunder Down Under, I think if they can get to 3, they'll be looking at it and saying, you know, we can put together a good, strong CT side. If we win the pistol, we can still win this map, and that has to be the conversation in the camp at the moment. So just trying to lock in these last couple of rounds will be a premium. That's a good kill from ASAP, given the circumstances.
He's pretty blinded there. It's a decent timing for APOC Dart to push. You can see that Thunder Down Under starting to cotton on to some of these aggression patterns, especially over towards ramp room. Both APOC Dart and Vision hitting the deck over there. A focus on outside is well placed. PZ able to even up the numbers over onto Alistair. Heaven mollied off. PZ sliding out onto this line from Annex. Just continues to pick these players on the cross. The bomb doesn't even make it to the site in time. Finally, they get the plant down, but this is a much harder 2-on-3.
So that said, 2-on-3 that is winnable on both sides, and it could be a big deciding factor in how the rest of this game ends up playing out. Got those T's in post-plant positions. I'm a bit more concerned about ASAP. He's just sort of floating around on the side, so that's just going to leave Liaz. He gets a nice timing there. Damio doesn't actually spot him, so he might be able to lurk out here and find a couple of quick kills. He does, but the defuse is on. And 10 for ground 0 will be the score. It was almost perfect from Liaz. You know, nearly winding the clock back to all those clutches of old in the oceanic scene, but not this time.
It's going to give both teams a buy into the last round, though. Really back and forth stuff, but PZ makes all the difference from Annex. It's great AWPing for him all day long today, especially on the CT side. We could look and buy for the CT side here, so look, a chance for Thunder Down Under to double up their rounds. They've definitely got the better end of the stick here. There's the outside wall of smokes again, but it is just really utility pressure and denying info to the CT side, who are, regardless of that fact, stacked in uppers, ready to defend this uppers pop.
Here it comes. Or at least here comes Liaz. It's just Liaz. Not much happening there. And the full send from ASAP over the roof of Annex has not worked out either. Dexter has managed to get out on the side, but there's still defenders where he was unfortunately trying to probe to the 2v2. But again, Omichello and PZ have it on lock 11-1. I mean, what do you say about that? Ground 0, what a fight back.
till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm.
Well, what a turn of events as we are actually on map number 2, and it is actually Thunder Down Under's map pick, and they are up 1-0, and you would think, they're just going to win this series. It's going to be easy. Ground Zero haven't been able to beat them this year. It was a quick and clean 2-0 last time. It should be easy pickings for Thunder Down Under. Well, it has been anything but that. A dominant first half, actually, from Ground Zero on the CT side is going to leave a mighty big hole in the chances of a 2-0 this evening. 11-1. I don't even know where that's come from for Ground Zero, but Thunder Down Under certainly a bit stunned as well.
Great resurgence from Damio and Vision as well. I mean, they were kind of lagging behind in that last map, but this is a effort by committee from Ground Zero. Just a wall of a CT side. Every single XVX, every single clutch won by them. And I don't think I've ever seen a team dominate a core this hard. Except maybe a match or two overseas, perhaps. PZ applying some pressure on outside, has been given the P250. He is a certified raid boss as the rest of the boys forcing their way into ramp room. Well traded by Vision, but Alistair still not dealt with on elbow, and that is the crux of the issue right now for Ground Zero.
Well, it's going to be a huge uphill battle for Thunder Down Under, but at the very least, if they can get the pistol, that will be a helping hand. PZ, though, the nice kill on Dexter, and Omichella catches ASAP. Back to a 2-on-2. It was a 4v2, you thought, it was easy again. But the pistol is definitely not done yet.
I feel like they're almost doing Thunder Down Under-esque things to them.
Yeah.
Like, this is a 2v, like a ludicrous 2v4 that, you know, you'd see Dexter Liaz win, something like that. TJ and Alistair keeping their eyes on the bomb here. Ground Zero very much taking their time. They have got two pretty solid weapons to take some fights at range, and now some movements into ramp room. Alistair spots them out. TJ almost certainly, I mean, I was going to say to take next contact, but he's actually fallen away to just play that 1-on-2 on lowers himself.
Well,
and he won it.
Yeah, he did win it.
Hello? Can I get TJP replay?
What do you think of the chances of a comeback here? They've won the pistol.
0.
0. You're giving them 0%.
I'm giving them ground zero. Ground zero chance.
You don't believe even in the slightest world this could be possible?
No way. Ground Zero is the greatest team in Australia. Right now.
CT sided. How about that? Oi! Oh, how about that?
How about that?
I'll take it.
Oh, bro. That's just gorgeous from Davio. That is the closest thing you could do to playing Fortnite in CS2. Just something like that. What even was that, bro? Hit the surf off the bloody roller door. Gorgeous.
Gotta have fun sometimes.
Oh. BZ's got the glass cannon AWP out. First gun round, no playing around. Ground Zero loves an early AWP timing, don't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think PZ's just been quite effective with it, you know, so no reason not to. Maybe a little less advised to be doing it on the T side glass cannon, but, you know, take what you can get. APOC died down pretty early on there through warehouse.
Not ready for the player back warehouse there. Maybe not a setup that they've seen before. DJ going to pick up vision as well, and the aggression on outside's going well. X is starting to recover things a little bit. PC finally chiming in with the AWP, but very easily cleaned up. Great defense of the yard. Dexter and Alistair pretty much doing the majority of the work themselves, and Ground Zero, I mean, that's the kind of round that it looks a little bit too easy for Thunder Down Under. It looks a little silly that Ground Zero aren't really considering some of these setups, but you almost wonder, like, what did the CT side of Thunder Down Under look like the last time they played them? You know, was that a setup they've seen before? Were they playing in a certain way previously? And sometimes that extra little cheeky setup and change up can catch you off guard pretty hard. That's kind of what that looked like to me.
100%. Well, here's another crack at it, but without really too much to put behind a round like this one. Ground Zero just going to be swept aside. And again, it sort of feels like we're just holding in a waiting position for the gun rounds. It's where this half is really going to kick off. There's going to be no shortage of them that Thunder Down Under need to get through. But these rounds are a little bit more of a formality than anything else.
I mean, these rounds have been looking good, to be fair. Dexter didn't really have any impact at all on that T side, but already he's looking like his old self on Yard. This is a map I remember him getting pretty aggro at times on. Any kind of position where you have a bit of agency, you could go for a push. It's a good one to put him in. Omichella's just... he's having a great game today. He just decided today to wake up and kind of pummel Thunder Down Under. Looking like one of the better players in the server, and given the names on the other side of things, that's, you know, no small feat.
Yeah. Credit where it's due. But, you know, it's all well and good to just, you know, win a couple of nice rounds, have a few good moments, but you also need to be making sure that you actually do convert on these, and so obviously Ground Zero in a great position to convert on this map, but it is not done yet. They cannot count this one as done. Thunder Down Under, I believe, is a good enough team to actually make this comeback happen on the CT side. They will be pretty locked in, I'd say, at the moment. Damio, though, with a nice opener onto ASAP, is going to start to crack open the possibilities of winning this round. Is he suffering some of Dexter's shenanigans on outer?
Oh, nice pre-fire from Liaz as well. Picks found on both extremities here for the CT side. Dexter was so deep on outside there. I mean, you could just tell nothing's really going to rattle him. He's got a lot of experience. Oh, Damio. The hard hat rolls right next to his corpse, just to add insult to injury. And Omichella cleaned up as well. This is a round that started well. Impressive entry outdoor, but after that, there really wasn't anything in it for Ground Zero. I think APOC Dud needs to go look for that hard hat, because his helmet's fried at this point.
Well, another one. And is it one of many, I guess, is the question we have to ask ourselves. It's been a good CT side so far.
It'd be pretty easy for them to find these rounds. I don't think Thunder Down Under's really been put on under the pump at all just yet.
Not in this half. Master play from Apoc Dud as he does manage to get himself down through Secret.
Plan is looking pretty simple here. It's just one player down Secret and then hit that ramps timing. Now come the flashes. Trying to tussle with Alistair and Liaz. Alistair not missing too much from elbow. In fact, there's a third player ready to join up with them. ASAP didn't really have that much impact, but even just the extra body means that Ground Zero makes no ground in ramp room. And Apoc Dud, look, he found his way down into lower, but hasn't really got much to show for it.
And another solid round on the CT side. Money's looking pretty good. Got a timeout here. Ground Zero are aware that, you know, while it's not in danger territory just yet, it can get there very quickly. And it is rapidly approaching that point where you go, oh, actually, this is a bit close for comfort.
Well, these have been quick rounds as well. It hasn't actually felt like there's been any round to go past like 50 seconds, 45 seconds, which does kind of feel like Ground Zero might be just trying to throw out all of their different variations until one gets through. But there just hasn't really been any weakness in any of the setups for Thunder Down Under thus far. And look, maybe Ground Zero need to slow things down a little bit and see if they can go fishing for something, find some picks somewhere or other, or deny some aggression, give themselves a chance to kind of play into the round rather than just kind of throwing what they can out. But it's actually Thunder Down Under who are the ones to, once again, go a little bit more aggressive. Alistair's already deep on this radio line. Liaz is hand in hand with him, so Trophy Room is compromised already.
It's not really what you want. If you're on the T side, losing map control like that pretty early on in the piece. Dexter also an ever-present threat here on Outers, just creeping around behind those smokes. But Ground Zero have opted to slow things down, and they're hoping for a mistake. Dexter, there's a head. He's not seen him until it's a little bit too late. BZ gets away with one.
I mean, I think as Thunder Down Under, seeing all of that, you can definitely read what this is going to be. Alistair picks up vision. They know that that's that lobby ramp defaulter. Nothing has really been seen or spotted on outside, so Thunder Down Under should be very much ready to hold this uppers pump.
Michela having a bit of a look, able to get that entry onto TJP, and Damio another. So back in onto the 3-on-3. This is going to start to be a cause for concern for Thunder Down Under. I wonder if once the smoke and annex fades here, Dexter's going to be able to get some real work done. I mean, they've got them all stuck on the site, so it's not too much of a concern, especially now that the bomb plant's not down. But PZ makes the hero play, unfortunately, to his death. And it's all on the shoulders now of Damio solo. That's a great kill. Looks for another on the reload. Liaz creeps back forward, and Damio can't get it done. Tight, close, but not enough.
Oh, man. Sorry, pick up the AK with the Vex side stickers in the one-on-one there as well. I was almost willing him to win it. To be fair, Ground Zero's done a pretty good job even making that much progress in a round like that. Like, Thunder Down Under had them completely red. Alistair gets the pick over on radio side very easily from the 4-on-5. Ground Zero run into 3 players in upper with a quick flank from 2 on Thunder Down Under, and they still make that a 1v1, so able to hit their shots on their way into the upper site. But they were kind of down, not only a player, but down positionally right from the get-go. So it's kind of a pipe dream they were going to get that one done. And a lot of the rounds have felt like that. I feel like Thunder Down Under, it's just every single CT round, they've just been in great positions. They've constantly been aggressing and finding either info or picks. And now they're only trailing by 3. You're definitely starting to feel a little bit nervous as Ground Zero here after her first half that felt far too easy.
Yeah.
I mean, they just don't stop. Look at Dexter. He's already all the way through outside. Unless they stop him, he's not going to stop.
ASAP is the one that's actually going to have to do the work, and he can't. He gets himself just, well, a bit of damage, really. Line's gone down pretty quick as well. Alistair blocked, but it's fine. He's got the shot onto APOC Dud. Dropping down, missing player at Tetris, but Liaz and Dexter are there to swing through. And 9-11 is now the score. I mean, this is a half that's really been motoring along, and very quickly we find ourselves with just a 2-round deficit.
And again, it's a round where Thunder Down Under get a player deep out and outside. Just full information, and they're able to kind of respond to the uppers pressure. You can see one player heaven, one top hut. You get a quick rotation up on ladder. So it's not like Ground Zero aren't cracking this upper site. It's not like they aren't getting the entries that they need. Like similar to that other round, they're able to make inroads and their executes are pretty tight, but from a macro perspective, the CTs are already halfway rotated into the site. By the time they get in there, they're just never able to get into a fair post plant.
Solon said he wins the race this time for Ground Zero. Not bringing in the same pace as they did in the previous.
I mean, they're waiting for aggression, and funnily enough, this is the round where Thunder Down Under is just playing very standard.
It's good conditioning, I suppose, from Thunder Down Under. Not getting overzealous to try to close this out either. Doing a pretty good job of holding on to quite a lot of util as well late in this round, and now that's starting to get utilized. Just as Vision wants to start sneaking his way out the door, Molotov lands in his face. Here comes the hit. ASAP blind, ducks back down, drops a flash, a defensive piece of util. Not enough to hold the site just yet. Liaz really needs one more here. TJP doing a good job of holding on his own, but behind back vent surely can't get any more done, and this is all on the shoulders of now the in-game leader of the team, Alistair. Time will be a huge factor though. He could deny this bomb plant. Tentative, missed shot. But with 11 seconds left on the clock, if he just lands one more, this could be over. Has to have a bit of a look. Can't hit it. 12 on the board. Ground Zero are 1 round away.
4K from APOC Dud. He was the outside lurker, while the rest of the players blocked time and time again inside a lobby. Finally break through into uppers, but APOC Dud's the one who gets all of the work done with the Annex wrap. I think Ground Zero, like I said, could sense that uppers is susceptible. They are getting in. They are getting into the XVXs. They just needed a little bit more fair of a situation or for someone to go ballistic. And in this case, it was the latter. One more round to finally get it done. Thunder Down Under made them work bloody hard for this map. It's not over yet.
I mean, every possibility this ends up going to overtime. Maybe not if Omicella has his way. Double on the entry. Nervous times now for Thunder Down Under as they also lose Dexter. It's just 2 remaining. Map 3 is beckoning. Ground Zero.
It's
just doing too much work in the first half. I mean, you would have thought again, like if there was a couple of extra rounds there for Thunder Down Under, even if they would have got to maybe 3, this could have been a really competitive map. And it was close to being anyway. But Ground Zero seem like they have done enough. Alistair will not be getting through this one, you would think. A 1v4, no time remaining, has to have a crack at it anyway, but falls to PZ. That's 13-9, and we will go to Inferno.
Yeah, big 11-1 CT side. Nets Ground Zero the win there. Gives them enough time to kind of figure out that uppers was susceptible, and after enough times hitting uppers every single round over and over and over again, they finally win themselves 2 XVXs to get the game done.
Yeah, I guess you can really only blame that first half for Thunder Down Under. That's the big takeaway. They needed to get more done there, and they didn't. And now they have to sort themselves out heading into Inferno. We'll have to sort ourselves out as well. It's time for a short break, and then we'll be back for the 3rd map. So see you soon.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. How will I get out of the jungle? Everybody wanna stop me. 10 more steps up the mountain. Now everybody's looking for me. Spend my life in the desert till something changed inside of me. Now I'm flying over oceans. Everybody looking at me. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. Gonna hear my song, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. I can run this town. Somebody give me the key. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. No more doubt about me. I can run this town. Don't you know I got the
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of on my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll Lex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brothers since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I could light the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues bills, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When it done bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino.
I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown.
Welcome back on in. It's map number 3, and we'll still get to see another game of Counter-Strike here, apparently. We didn't think that that was going to be the case. Going into map 2, it looked like Thunder Down Under had this grand final wrapped up nice and easy, but Ground Zero bounced back. It was a dominant first half and a good enough second half to get it over the line, but the question remains, how are things going to go on Inferno? This was a map that Ground Zero opted not to peek into, despite having done so in the past, and even in previous series, they've kind of shied away from it when possible. But now they face it in a decider against Thunder Down Under after giving them their first map loss on Nuke. Surely spirits are high, but I do still wonder whether or not this is a series that Ground Zero can walk away with.
Yeah, great map from Omichella. He's a player that's been working his way through the Oceanic scene for quite a while. Got the sense that some games from this guy, he's just not very locked in and he's kind of just going through the motions, but you can really see his ceiling when he's playing well in a map like that, even against Thunder Down Under, having a lot of impact, and he's a pleasure to watch. So hoping that he can stay locked in, because I think Ground Zero are going to need the help. I'm looking at the map stats for them on Inferno. They're 4-4. They're on a 3-loss streak on this map recently against Fury, Mindfreak, and Thunder Down Under back-to-back. Last time they played Thunder Down Under on this map earlier in this comp, it was 13-5 in the favor of Thunder Down Under. So I've got a little bit of work to do here.
Yep, most definitely. Looks like we've got a little bit of a delay in getting underway on this final map, so that gives us a bit of extra time to have a chat about where this one might be going. I suppose it's prudent as well for these players to just get themselves as settled as possible in this server. And I think, having a look at the numbers that have been put up and just how the game has felt so far today, I think we've seen pretty good output across the board from most of the individuals in the server. The only two that are kind of, I feel like, still needing to find their feet. Damio was a little bit slow on both maps, and Vision definitely has been a little bit slower on both of those maps. But if those two can get back to a bit more of a neutral standard, then I think this can be a really, really tough contest actually for Thunder Down Under, because if anything, they've kind of slowed down from map number 1 and kind of regressed a little bit more back towards the mean. And Ground Zero have definitely found their feet. And if you've got, any one of Omichella, Apoc Dud, or PZ kind of firing, plus the rest at least contributing, then this Ground Zero roster is definitely, no slouch.
Yeah, totally agree. It's really up to Ground Zero to play up to the level necessary. I think you definitely saw it in the first half of Nuke, but question of whether they can keep that consistency going, basically. You've seen two CT sides where they play quite well. You've seen two T sides where they kind of struggle, honestly. Like, even the rounds that they did finally win on Nuke, there was only one really convincing one, which was actually the round where they finish it off, where Omichella gets a triple entry into uppers, and they win that pretty convincingly. But every other round was a little bit of a struggle on that T side. The only other round they were able to get was a pretty big 4K from Apoc Dud that came down to a 1v1. So look, we'll see which sides these two teams are going to start on, because I dare say if Ground Zero start T side and they have, as slow of a T side as they've had so far on both maps today, then they're going to be having a pretty tough day at the office.
Yeah, I suppose that's a fair point. I'll look back on the more recent games. They, I think, did play Inferno, and yeah, I mean, it's gone Thunder Down Under pretty consistently. So it's definitely
Thunder
a
Down
question
Under,
mark.
7-1 on this map since the end of last year. They only lost to Mind Freak once. Ground Zero 4 apiece on this map, so I mean, I don't know. Again, map stats, you could take them with a grain of salt, especially in a smaller domestic region, but especially if you're already feeling pretty confident that Thunder Down Under is going to win this series and the map stats are backing it as well, then you're probably expecting them to get this one done in 3, even if you had a pretty outstanding first half of nukes there from Ground Zero.
Yeah, but, look, again, it has to be said that the only team to have beaten Thunder Down Under is Ground Zero, and that was, again, last year, but it was in a grand final. It was a BO5, of course, but they were able to get it done. So I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's something that, if we walked away with a win today for Ground Zero, we'd say, well, that was definitely never going to happen. Certainly was not the expectation, but now it feels like it could be a possibility. Let's find out how things do end up playing out. It is Thunder Down Under that start on the CT side, unless this is the knife round. Looks like it's the knife round. So we'll hold our horses on that one and see what we're going to get. Okay, I think it might be Ground Zero that start on the CT side, the way things are going here.
That's big for them. I think that's really going to help them get off to a good start here on Inferno. I think they need the choice of side probably more than Thunder Down Under does. Because, I mean, they used to pick this map all the time in, their various different cores. I think Rooster have picked a fair bit of Inferno as well. So I think everybody on Thunder Down Under side is going to be happy to start T side if they need to. But Ground Zero, as I've said, have struggled on some of their T sides today, so I'd expect them to start CT. And indeed, they will. They've won both of those CT pistols in the first 2 maps and got off to a pretty good start on the CT side. So let's see if they can make it 3-3.
Let's see, indeed. Damio has an A. There's quite a lot of util actually here for Ground Zero. 3 sets of util. A bit as well for Thunder Down Under. Yeah.
Enough to kick off and execute. It seems like they're kind of anticipating some kind of aggression into Banana, but now that Liaz has joined up with the rest of the gang, I'd imagine that they're just going to kick off their set play to beat. Damio probably going to either break that CT smoke or try to chip down the planter a little bit. And as you mentioned, plenty of util for a retake here. Oh, sorry, it's Apoc Dot over here, so no HE nade, but that's a beautiful start. Really making it difficult for them to get into the site, so that's going to bolster this retake even more for the CT side, especially with all the util in the kit that they've got.
Well, 5-on-4. But retaking the B-bomb site is notoriously difficult. They've used a lot of that util as well just to take sandbags. That's already going to start to tick it away. Another flash goes in. That's pretty much all she wrote for Ground Zero. Smoke in for Coffins, but the entries are good. Apoc Dart, Omichella, PZ, all getting involved. And Ground Zero take the pistol. A very solid retake.
That was sick. Like, what a great plan. Apoc Dart chips down the numbers before it even gets started. He drops the smoke on the condor on the CT side, anticipating some kind of a push, especially in the 4-on-5, while the rest of Ground Zero just 4-man up B. Perfectly timed flashes to enable that Banana entry to not get stopped by the sandbag crossfire. Then another flash to help them just brute force their way into the site. Smoke for Coffins for good measure. Like, just a perfect retake plan for Ground Zero in a pistol where they always plan to play retake B. Love to see it. That's another CT pistol, 3 for 3.
That's them in a good position, assuming they can get through this round. Which is not necessarily a given. TJ should be meeting his end. That's a pretty easy one for Apoc Dot. And, the one thing that kind of scares me a little bit here for Thunder Down Under is I do feel like Inferno traditionally is a pretty good map for Apocdud. When he gets going, he can really do a lot of damage in that banana. This time it hasn't quite worked out for him, and with that entry, Thunder Down Under are starting to scale into the bomb site. Could get a damage out from Omichella, but overstays his welcome. It's 3-on-3 for the retake, and a bit of delaying util still available here for Thunder Down Under.
Liaz tucks his way into banana here. There is no push on banana side. Flash will allow him to clear all of that space, so they're well aware that the CTs are all stacked up towards Con. Con and main here.
1-for-1, but PZ again looking to be the hero. Just buys enough time for Vision. It's an expensive round. There's no doubt about that. But it is a round nonetheless, and that is what is important as far as Ground Zero are concerned.
Especially when you lose Apocdud there, like that is... He started off so well, like that was a clean entry, and you can tell he wants to play with confidence, but at some point, like when you know it's a force, and you already get the opening, like, man advantage, you don't need to, like, overcook it when the rotations are so far away. Could have had that be a much cleaner round, and as a result, you see Thunder Down Under off the back of that plant and a couple of kills. They're keen to give it another crack here. Both teams very broke. Round 3 already will be a swing round.
Just got to keep on keeping on, really.
Yeah, I mean, may have won the pistol in the anti-force, but it's not as clean as the start to the CT side as they had previously. They always had a whole lot more money. Dexter just dry, creeping up onto the line.
Omichella might be on the receiving end of this. It looks like a number of players playing anti-flash. Job's really on the shoulders of PZ to ensure that nobody gets around this corner scot-free. Molly's going to push them away. Omichella scared. Now starting to turn and have a bit of a look. PZ's gone down. Somebody else is going to have to step up here, and it might have to be Omichella. The flash through. He looks for 2. Again, just kind of overstaying his welcome, but Vision, a very clean kill onto ASAP. And so there is a chance back into this round.
Look at Liaz, though. He's already crept all the way through Carps. That could be a very solid position, but Vision is...
Oh, he's tucked.
Very on top of this. Like, he's just given. That's fine. There's a util pressure on that B side of the map, but you could tell that Ground Zero are a little bit fishy about the A take here. This is such a weird round. But not too many mistakes being made right now. Ground Zero just kind of giving the T's space to make the next move and seeing if they can get given a freebie hit.
This is some nice space being taken. Apocdud and Vision moving really quickly, and they will get their reward for it with 12 seconds on the clock. Thunder Down Under now having to scramble to try to get that bomb back across. Vision! He needs this kill. He gets it. Bomb plan is going to go down, but TJP surely can't get out of this one alive. Oh, thought for a second, but it's not going to happen. And another round for Ground Zero. Another expensive one and another bomb plant. So Thunder Down Under, the question becomes, do they buy?
Well, my heart stopped when he looked away there.
Yeah.
Kind of lazily checked it.
No wonder.
That was a really nice mid-rounding there. Like, good push into Boiler there from Vision. But not a single mistake was made from Ground Zero. Like, a little bit of util pressure on that B side. They could have very easily kind of got pulled across and bit the B fake, as it were. But they rotated very well that round. Great positioning on that CT side, and funnily enough, Thunder Down Under, even though they make that round very close once again, onto the Tech 9s and Armor, fast mollies in towards this A side of the map. Damio, as well as his friend in Apps there, going to be well aware that the pressure is on, but it's over towards Bracket side that the brunt of the push actually starts things off, and so far it's going quite well for Ground Zero. Liaz had an opportunity to make a little bit more impact happen there, but unfortunately goes down without taking one with him. Now it's just the bomb in the hands of Alistair and ASAP sneaking onto this B side, but with only Tex and Armor and ASAP already being low, I think Ground Zero looking good here.
ASAP won't get much done. Bit of damage onto Apocdud, but it's certainly not too concerning for Ground Zero. Smoke into Alice's position will all but assure this round is going to go their way. The bomb's not even planted for him, so this should be impossible. Ground Zero are definitely taking their time.
Look at how they're moving, though. Like, they're playing very well today. Seeing very few mistakes on the CT side here in terms of the way that they're maneuvering around the map and the rotations. They're never getting caught off guard by any of these lurks. Like, there's been multiple times where one of these players from Thunder Down Under is in an annoying position. Like, Leah's dropping down from cups there. Like, you know, how many teams have you seen him just drop down and he gets like 2? And then that round gets a little bit more spicy. Just feels like Ground Zero is on top of everything. They're not making too many mistakes at the moment, and they're playing very well as a team. I'm really loving what I'm seeing from them on this CT side.
Oh, better start for Alistair this time. Damien out of the picture early on. He's not going to enjoy that.
Michela playing in front of the jungle smoke. Continues to just play in the little cutout there. Doesn't want Thunder Down Under to have any space on Bracket's side. Wonder at what point do you just start mollying that corner and when you work Brackets. Bookdart has picked up Damio's M4. Did start this round with an MP9, so they've still got the same number of rifles they started the round with.
Oh, great shot from PZ. Needs to be impactful with the AWP on this CT side, and that is a fine time to grab a kill. Still, this round looking a bit awkward, but with that push from Vision, information starting to be gathered that maybe this isn't going to be the A push. A lot resting on the shoulders here of Dexter. Smoke's going to fade. PZ will spot him out, and Dexter's going to go scurrying away. Meanwhile, Alistair copping a bit of a beating. It's a battle on multiple fronts.
Oh, the flash into main catches both of them. Full white and Apoc Dud just ripping them to pieces. Alistair, I'm surprised he even got away with that. It's a little bit of his classic magic, isn't it, with the jiggle peek and the Tech 9 out. Oh, Michela's on the side. Alistair said, no, there's no way I'm going B here. We need to get out of here. Dexter's hung around with other ideas. 10 seconds on the clock. The plant will go down on A. And let's be real, even on 12 HP, AWP in hand, you've seen Alistair win some ludicrous rounds, and he's got a lot of space to work with here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the kind of round that he would win way back in the day before he played internationally on Greyhound, and that is exactly how it starts. A great shot onto PZ, untradeable. He's just trying to take space. Bombs planted for him, like you mentioned. Changing up his position into carpets, but it's not a favorable angle for the AWP, and all it takes is one bullet from the AK. He spots out on Michela, and now Vision is up the creek without a paddle. He's got to chase him. He's got no time. He's panicking, and the round is over. Alistair wins it in classic Alistair fashion.
That's an ace. All 5 to his name as well. Just a vintage Alistair round. I thought he was done for in this position, but look at this jiggle, man. Oh, they skipped the jiggle. Go on, replay guy. That was the best part of the round. It's the only reason he was even alive.
Yeah, that is an all-time great again from Alistair. I mean, how do you know? Like, you said it. Literally, you said it.
It's
in the 3v1.
It's a classic round. It's a classic Alistair round if I've ever seen one. You just felt it in your bones, mate.
Yeah.
Changes things a little bit. I mean, to be fair, that's what it takes to beat Ground Zero on this CT side right now. They played that round so well. The Carps push from Vision. This time goes much worse than it did in the last round. It netted him a kill before. Now it's given them a disadvantage. And I feel like after that ace from Alistair, the tide is starting to turn a little.
Yeah, it has to be, surely. Michela going to be cleared, but Liaz comes off worse for it anyway. So at the very least, Ground Zero bring it back to the 4-on-4. Thunder Down Under not decided where they've gone or want to go just yet. But with another kill over towards B and a bit of presence being taken in brackets, it might be a shift back over to A, which will be a good call. Michela's there. He's alone. He's low. He's going to try and make a play. He hears the steps, but all gone from TJP, and that will be around for Thunder Down Under. Ground Zero starting to face their reckoning a little now.
I mean, pick in library for PC, but this should just be a save every day of the week for Ground Zero. Don't have the money to even buy around these 2 rifles. So, just going to be pistols and armor. Going to be kicking themselves. They could be having a Nuke-esque CT side right now if it was not for that Ace 1v3. And the round to follow that up is just as good. They punish Apoc Dud for pushing Banana. They punish Vision for pushing Carps. These are plays that have been pretty successful for Ground Zero thus far, but now they might be a little bit more tentative with their aggression on the map going forward.
Not over yet. For Ground Zero, they've still got the AWP and the M4 in hand, so maybe PZ or Damio can work a little bit of magic. Still early days as well in this map. We're only 6 rounds in. It's a much slower progress than I feel we were making on Nuke.
Could be a Carps timing here. Not something we've seen too much from Thunder Down Under, and they're going to bust out in tandem. Molly onto Dig. Going to try to segment the push. That's an awkward exchange that cleans up Dexter and Dig, but that's where the good news ends. Thunder Down Under on top of absolutely everything else, and PZ with the ult. Not even had the chance to fire a shot yet. In fact, Liaz is already on the hunt for him. PZ, again, pretty positionally sound. TJ in similar stead. Really hunting the ult before the post plant's even been 100%ed here.
Doesn't look as though he's going to get it. Suppose there is a little bit of concern here for PZ. And that will be why.
You can replace that AWP. It's going to cost him a little bit of util, unfortunately, though. Same could be said for Vision. Just a smoke and a molly to him. Realistically, we could be looking at, 6-7-0 here for Ground Zero. Ace from Alistair has really changed the game. T-side money looking decent on a couple of these players at least, and it's really neck and neck here, which is going to put the press on Ground Zero's T-side for sure. No matter how this half ends up, they're going to have to try to close the game on their own T-side. TJ denied any attempt to walk up to Car. Damio having a bit more impact this time, and sandbag setup will be maintained for the CTs here.
Dexter probing, looking, and having no success. It was a risk. Wanted to take it in the 4-on-3, see if he could equalize numbers, but ends up making it a little bit worse for Thunder Down Under. So they're going to have to do it with just the 3. Alistair as the bomb over towards Banana. But it's going to have to rejoin the troops fairly shortly. Trouble is, they're going to be walking into 3 stacked on this A site, so it's not even really a favorable fight for the T's on the entry at all.
For that reason, back to B. Did just get blocked, so they won't be able to actually start to make inroads into the site until about 30 seconds, at which point, what do we have here? Damio's got a flash molly, Apoc Dud's got a molly. This is going to be a very hard site to get into unless the CTs make a pretty big mistake.
You would think so. Stranger things have happened, though, and that's a good entry from Liaz. Oh, Apoc Dud, if he goes down, it'll be a worry. He gets the important kill that brings it back pretty comfortably for Ground Zero. A 4v2 retake. Certainly a damn sight better than a 4v3 or even a 3v3. But again, Alistair putting on a bit of a clinic with the AWP and might be able to do so one more time. He spotted the second player. Bunny hops around the corner, survives for the moment, but Vision eventually spots him out and Omichella gets it done. It was interesting for a second. Ground Zero, though, will go up to 5.
Yeah, another round where they punish some of that aggression on the B side of the map. Little bit of magic from Alistair keeps the round competitive, but Ground Zero will pick it up nonetheless. On plant going down, couple of drops will come across from TJ here at least. Ali may drop one over as well, although, to be honest, I'd rather see him just hold on to the AWP, even if somebody has to go down to a Galil or a Mac-10. There is no round where this man shouldn't have an AWP in his hands right now. He's in that kind of form, but they are going to trust the 5 rifle buy.
Standard exchange of util at the start of a round hasn't really resulted in a whole lot. Neither team has banana control, neither team has done damage to one another. Brackets control now being taken by Thunder Down Under. That's pretty early on in the piece.
A lot of util used early on by Ground Zero. I think they were anticipating some kind of aggressive play from Thunder Down Under. They've got almost nothing left. 1:20 on the clock. Big stack towards A here. And this is where Thunder Down Under are already set up in brackets. Oh,
that is the benefactor of it is Alistair. It's a nice clean two-piece. He can apparently do it with the rifle as well as with the AWP. And Dexter gives him a helping hand as well. So this round has kind of turned into a bit of nothing, unfortunately, for Ground Zero.
Yeah. Double headshot from Alistair. PC misses an easy one. Vision, I mean, there wasn't really much for him to do there anyway, but he didn't really look like he was shooting either. It's a round that looks way too easy for Thunder Down Under. Ground Zero, I mean, every single round of this CT side, they've looked locked in, but that one, they looked lost.
Happens. Momentary lapse. Potentially getting the better of them.
It's the worst time to do it. They're going to be broke if they lose this round. That makes this game a very different prospect, Jordan. Should be 5 apiece if Thunder Down Under can complete this anti-eco, which means this is going to be a very even half. And like I said, these sides for Ground Zero haven't been phenomenal today.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point. You know, I'm kind of watching this first half thinking, oh, you know, Ground Zero are leading. They're doing okay for themselves. It's not too bad. But noting that they do have to go onto that T side, which has been problematic for them, kind of puts a bit of a different spin on it. Gamble stack in brackets for Ground Zero. Doesn't look like they're going to get too much out of it. Dexter happy to get some eco frags. So quick as you like, that round's over and done with. Back to another buy for Ground Zero. And you make the argument that they do need these last two.
Or bought up by Apocdot and ferried over to PZ. Orps back out to Alistair once again. Ooh, Thunder Down Under. Pretty heavily contesting B this time. 3 players committed to it. TJ at the half wall. This hasn't gone well for them previously.
Yeah. Flashes not really too favorable there for TJP at all. Just walks right into one from Damio, but Dexter and Alistair wrap it up.
Oh, it's through the half wall.
Ali having a great time with the AWP on the T side, isn't he? 11 and 4.
He's kind of gone crazy. They're just saving. Man, that's rough. I felt like that was kind of going okay, you know? Like, Apocdot got the first one. And then, like I said, I think he got... I think Damio or him got headshot by Alistair through the half wall. Alistair was like halfway down Banana and Dexter picks up the other one. If at least just one more of those riflers survive, all you need to do is trade Dexter walking through the half wall smoke, right? And then you've still got sandbag control and it's still around. But I think that half-wall shot from Alistair really changes things.
Yeah, for sure. It's unfortunate for Ground Zero having to save again. So best case scenario is going to be 6.
Be 2 drops here at least. From PZ and Vision respectively. So at least a 4 rifle buy in the last round. Lacking a couple of grenades. And we chill it down to an MP9. It's not the worst thing in the world. Unless it's got an MP7 out. Thoughts?
Why not? Good gun nowadays.
He's running it straight up B. Surely. Yep, this is just a B rush.
It's going to be Apoc Dud to try to defend initially, and he's going to only be good for 1. Damio, also 1, sticks around, but yeah, again, that's just not good enough. Like 2 for 2, you're in the site, you've got the bomb plant down, rotations come through, but it's too little too late. The nature of Inferno getting the better of Ground Zero.
Surprised he went for the repeat there, to be honest. Big smoke over there in construction gives a little bit more space on coffins here. Ground Zero prepping themselves for the retake. Smoke flying in over to main. Got a couple mollies to clear out some of these corners, but they're getting blocked in kind by the T's, and Dexter's just ripping them apart in main. Omicella picking up the AWP. Started the round with an MP9. He's had a great series so far, but he's getting triple swung, and that's a 7-5 T side for Thunder Down Under as we head into the half.
One more half to go in this grand final of the ESL Challenger League Oceania Cup number 1. And at one point it was feeling like, you know what, maybe there's something on offer here for Ground Zero. That opportunity seems to be slipping away from them, though, with the 7-5 lead that Thunder Down Under picked up in that first half. I think that maybe it's going to be a little bit tough for Ground Zero. But we would have said the same thing going into map number 2, and look what they did. So I'll never say never.
Gonna need a much better T side than map 1 or 2, though, if they're gonna get it done today. Thunder Down Under have been the favorite team right since the start. They really smashed Ground Zero earlier on in this tournament. It's been a much better day at the office for Ground Zero today. They have, in certain halves, certain strings of rounds, played to an extremely high level in this series thus far, and they're going to make sure, they're going to need to make sure that they're hitting that ceiling throughout this whole T-side half, because it's not going to be easy to close this game now.
Certainly not. Alistair waiting patiently on the line. 3 players set up over on B. Util's going to get chucked on through. Here comes the forces of Ground Zero. Alistair lining them up. He's having a stellar map, and that is just way too easy for Thunder Down Under. Yeah, if there was a story to be wrote, it probably needed to start with the pistol round here for Ground Zero, but that is going to go astray.
Alistair very locked in. Like, when he's feeling it positionally, he can't be faulted. Ducks his head down, avoids the flashes. He's playing in the perfect little pocket to just get the easiest kills of his life. And Omichella's given nothing but an elbow. No hope at all. Smoke into main, just to try to split up the CTs here. But yeah, quadruple swung by Thunder Down Under, leaving nothing to chance. A CT pistol without a bomb plant for Ground Zero. It's a little worrying. I'm getting a little worried.
Yep. As am I.
Is it 6 o'clock?
I don't think it's 6 o'clock, unfortunately. We'll see. Yaz ensures that it will not be. It's anything but 6 o'clock, apparently.
That was a bit closer to meat grinders, unfortunately.
Yeah. I actually looked back at that game. That was like 13-1. Oh, sorry, 16-1, 16-2 sort of a scoreline. So, Ground Zero have done a bit better than that, at least.
True. The bar is not particularly high. I'm sure that the player cams would have given some entertainment in that game, though.
True.
8 stack over towards B here. Nobody present to receive. Ground Zero taking their time. Leah's taking a little damage on Dig's side there. PC very low. Where even was he? He's in spawn. I don't even know how he's got 14 HP here. Maybe that was a bulk peak from Leaz. Didn't have my eyes on the A side of the map there. Damio copped a nade on T stairs. So look, Ground Zero taking their licks, working their way through the map here.
Taking a licking, but keeping on kicking. I don't know. Ground Zero kicking still. See what comes with this round. But a 10-5 deficit, it's going to be hard to make the argument they can come back from that.
A lot of util being held here by Thunder Down Under. 55 seconds on the clock. They block B again. They've got another smoke to follow that up on this A side of the map. ASAT, full belt to util. You've got 2 mollies and a smoke on the pit and dig side players. It's 44 seconds on the clock, and it's just going to take so long for them to work their way into A here. Maybe they're going to try to wrap around the world and split B.
ASAP's ready for that if they do decide to send a couple of players through.
It's a jungle wrap fake into a B hit.
ASAP's clearing most of that. He's going to wait for Omichella here. He will spot him out eventually. That's going to be info for the B players, one of whom is Dexter and has just died, so it's onto TJP really, and he's standing tall, got the headshot through as well just before going down, so damage definitely done. ASAP though gives up the player advantage, and this actually could still turn into something for Apoc Dud and PZ. They're both very low. And they only got Khalil's as well, so Alice is going to be the real threat with the full HP bar, but now in a 2v1, he's caught up and Ground Zero win a miracle round.
2-on-4, 24 HP between them with Khalil's. There's no way they should be winning that. That's outrageous. They took every opportunity, and it's not even like they were clean, like double headshots or anything. Those were like messy Galil sprays all day long. Feel bad for TJ, like he's had a rougher game, but that was a phenomenal B-hold.
Yeah.
He did like 400 damage there, and he still couldn't get the round done.
Did what he could, that's for sure. 9-6 though. Thunder Down Under still have got a bye. But the uphill battle begins for ground zero. See if they can mount any kind of resistance on this T side. That was a bit streaky, a bit lucky, but that's what you need. Alistar needs to be traded here and will be by Omichella, who is going to look for more, goes through the molly, and that's where things might have started to get a little bit overzealous. ASAP will put him down.
Yeah, still doable though, 3-on-2. You have some brackets control. Dexter feeling safe on B to allow them to lean back towards this A side of the map. Liaz has been a very good pit anchor for a very long time. Already taken a chunk out of vision, and the counter flash going to zone the T's back into bracket for now.
Here comes ASAP. B9 will work out nicely. The dynamic duo of ASAP and TJP put that round to bed. So just when you think it's getting interesting for ground zero, another one comes right back there for Thunder Down Under and sort of keeps it from being exciting.
Yeah, I mean, ASAP does a lot of work with the MP9 there. Evens up the numbers, flushing Omichella into him with a nicely timed molly, and then re-aggressing on jungle side in the mid round to find out what's happening in the 4-on-3, making sure that ground zero can't just contact their way into B onto the solo player. Making sure that they're staying on top of things. And after a pretty outrageous Galil round, I think Thunder Down Under just immediately respond and right the ship. Or juicy nade on T stairs, dear lord.
Where do you go from here as ground zero?
I think they're trying to set up for like a nade stack on car, but they got absolutely domed by a nade from brackets.
Well, the nade stack on car is not going to do too much to Dexter, but it will kill TJP. And then Dexter gets domed by Apoctad, so that's actually worked out far better than I thought that it would. Or rather, Molly. And grenade into the smoke here. Could still net a kill for Alistar. He's so quick at the moment. That was Liaz, by the way, for the second. Damio finds himself alone. Oof, you thought for a moment there that ground zero was going to do something.
I mean, I thought that USB headshot was what cleaned up that second player. It was, yeah, like you said, Liaz holding the cross with the M4. I thought he just flicked him with the AWP and one tap with the pistol. It'll be very Alistar. Oh, it was a nice plan, honestly, for ground zero. Gave himself a sniff at a round where they really didn't bring much into it. They continue to defy the odds based on what the expectations in the round are, but the scoreboard still says the same thing, unfortunately.
Yeah, 11-6. It's unfortunate. This may well end up being a pretty anticlimactic final map. I suppose it is what it is. Can there be still a little bit of magic here from ground zero? They've had their chances. They've tried to conjure something in this second half, particularly. Nade's gone through onto Liaz. Doesn't really soften him up too much, but any damage is good damage as far as ground zero are concerned. Now they're taking sandbags control, pulling out a bit of that util from the B defenders, but there's still just so much left for Thunder Down Under.
Yeah, they've been holding their util into the mid to late round quite a lot. It's where ground zero might need to look to hit some of these contact timings or just off a quick pop flash. Just explode in the early to mid round because they're getting bled dry. Smoke flying onto that B choke all the way from jungle side. Just further bolstering the util, of which there is still a little bit left. Dexter's still got a belt of util as this B hit comes in.
Head over the top. rather flash for Dexter. It's going to prompt a couple of problems there for Ground Zero as they really can't see much coming out that smoke. They lose a number of members. PC's just going to try and scramble to get the bomb plant down here. It's all he can really do. 1v3, AK in hand. He's going to have to hit some cracker shots right here, but if they push through the smoke, it might be doable. He's not facing. Sitting behind Nubox has allowed them out onto the site. Spray transfer, not successful onto ASAP, but still in with a chance and can't land the shots he needs. 12 now for Thunder Down Under as they're one step away from closing out this grand final.
It's been some good rounds here and there for Ground Zero, but yeah, I think that the T side has once again reared its ugly head. That's the third or fourth time I think I've seen them try to force their way through the B choke smoke. Have not been handling the fact that Thunder Down Under is just holding enough util in the mid to late round very well. Don't seem to have an answer for that style right now.
Finish it right here and now. TJP will not make it any easier for his team. Can't see anything through that flash from Apok Dud, and so Damio will claim some of that banana control. Looks like he wants to take a fight. He's dropped his util behind him, and it's probably for good reason because Damio's taken him down. So at least Ali might have another couple pieces to use, but the real problem is going to be frags, and ASAP has all of them. Huge spray down, and ASAP closes it with another beautiful round. 13-6. Thunder Down Under will finish it off, and man, there was some stellar rounds out of Thunder Down Under on an individual level on Inferno there. Obviously, you go back to the Alistair round as well, the 1v3 clutch that he had, but man, that was a nice display from ASAP too.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they built this roster for. You got some OGs that have already got some serious skills they've displayed in the past. You know, everyone knows what ASAP is capable of. He's been one of the biggest up-and-comers in the region. Had a couple little cheeky TJP rounds in there, you know, just running outdoor and aggressing on people. And as expected, Thunder Down Under, after slapping Ground Zero in the upper bracket, are the eventual winners, but not without some serious pushback in this grand final. Some respect given to Ground Zero. Some particular halves where they were playing very, very high level CS. CT side Nuke, some of the CT side here on Inferno. Dust 2 as well, CT side. I mean, the T sides need some serious tuning up and a little bit of individual inconsistency. It feels like Ground Zero, you know, at times they're playing like a truly elite team in the region, but it's just a little bit of some tweaks here and there and some consistency needed, and maybe they can actually win themselves some of these cups themselves.
Yeah, 100%. End of the day, the eventual winner, Thunder Down Under, no real surprises necessarily, and we've got plenty more where that came from as well. 3 more cups here in Oceania throughout the year to try to qualify through to those playoffs, and we'll certainly be looking forward to catching you for those, of course, as we do go through the year. But that's the end of today's broadcast for Oceania at the very least. If you want to watch some more Counter-Strike and you want to hear more of us, we will be shifting gears over to the Asia Grand Final in about an hour and a quarter. I believe that'll be on ESL CSB if you're interested. So we'll catch you for that one if you're so inclined. If not, have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Be bolstered by the transition here of Alistair as well. It's 3 players to hold, and it's 1 choke point the Ground Zero are trying to work their way out of. It's like shooting.
This time Alistair to be the tip of the spear, avoiding the flash nicely. ASAP's all over it as well. Probably just as good, maybe a little bit better in terms of ceiling. Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Zero, ASAP though, picking up a couple. It's going to make it look pretty easy in the end. Omichella with a real task ahead. Alistair ducks his head back down, leaves the rest of the job to ASAP.
Running out of time now are the CP.
A noise. Those A defenders ready and waiting, but maybe not ready for him initially. And Damio doesn't actually spot him, so he might be able to lurk out here and find a couple of quick kills. He does, but the defuse is on. And 10 for... How about that? Oi! How about that?
How about that?
All on the shoulders now of Damio solo. That's a great kill. Looks for another on the reload. Liaz creep.
Oh, the flash into main catches both of them. Full white and Apok Dud just ripping
internationally on Greyhound, and that is exactly how it starts for the AWP, and all it takes is 1 bullet from the AK. He's panicking, and the round is over. Alistair, into the smoke here. Could still net a kill for Alistar. He's so quick at the moment. That was rather flash for Dexter. Just going to prompt a couple of problems there for Ground Zero as they really cut a couple pieces to use. But the real problem is going to be frags, and ASAP has all of them. Huge spray down, and ASAP closes.
He afforded me all this jewelry on my body, I could like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good, holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain, but thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. But you know,